city's coldest, you should know this. I've been rapping like a veteran, not a novice. Different flow when I drop a track.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title of the video today, we are going to be finishing off the From Mars to Sirius album with the 2 tracks that make up the title name of the album, From Mars, which leads into To Sirius. Again, if you've been keeping up with the reactions, I said in my last video that the reason I did that video was because I felt bad, because a lot of you guys had suggested that I do finish off the album pretty much because there was still some tracks that people wanted to see. So I did From the Sky, which was my last video. People that also wanted to see me finish off with From Mars to Sirius as well. So these are 2 tracks on the album that go in chronological order. I managed to find a video on YouTube that makes up the 2. Joe Plante said in an interview that in some cultures Mars symbolizes war and Sirius peace. And then the person who wrote this said that this is obviously simplifying what he did say in the interview, but that's kind of the idea. So we're going to jump in now, guys. So please do drop a like if you haven't already. Sub to the channel if you are new. If you haven't joined the progressive metal / death metal, just metal in general journey that we're going on, it'd be much appreciated if you get on board. And yeah, let's go.
I just looked myself straight in the eyes and saw that I had to move to a higher place. So I took my courage in both hands and I pushed off the ground with all my might. Took off from the red place in the sky. I fly. I have lost my reason, then I made my sense. From up there I will see where I'm from, and wherefore some love will tell me now. But why do you say that you are lost if you don't even try to find yourself? My words are a stair I put my feet on, and I climb through starless night to mine.
pause there because I don't know if that was to do with the way this video was made or if that kind of really just abrupt switch up was intentional, because to me it didn't strike any creativity with the break at all. Now granted, like with Gojira, the drops and the breakdowns will generally make up for any slip-ups, which I haven't seen a lot of slip-ups, to be fair, but to me, I mean, I could be wrong, that could be just purely based on this video upload, that it's like completely cut off the music and then breaking in. But like comparing it to other bands that I've done, like I've noticed a lot, like yeah, it does add a lot more to a track when they can, and it says a lot about a band when they can like make a transition very seamless. Now I understand sometimes like a complete split down the middle to go onto another track can cause more, I suppose it can have more of an effect musically, but to me that just didn't seem like well done at all. I mean, they just kind of cut off the track. It's one thing if they just kind of soothed it in and then dropped it, but it was like soothed it out and then like complete dead air, like cut off the silence, just white noise, and then it goes straight into a big drop. Now again, you kind of forget about that straight away because the drop is so heavy hitting and you kind of just like, oh my god, it's Gojira again. But maybe I'm looking into it too much, but if that was intentional and if that's actually what it sounds like back to back on the album, I just think like maybe they could have done a better job at that. But that's just me from a first listen. Maybe, you know, let me know what you guys think. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I'll have to obviously listen on Spotify or something, listen to the album in correct order, and then obviously see if that still happens. But to me it just sounded a little bit off, I don't again, just so typical Gojira, the tempo switch is so hard to find any rhythm. That's one thing that I've expressed throughout this journey, is that I've found it extremely hard to actually consistently find a headbanging rhythm. But it definitely works when you're enjoying the groove or you're enjoying the particular rhythm or the drop or the breakdown, whatever it is that they might hit you with. But when you're not really enjoying the sound and you can't get into the rhythm, that's when you can kind of lose interest in a track altogether. But I mean, it's hard to even know when it's switching up so much whether I like it or not. I mean, sometimes it clicks instantly, like a lot of tracks I've done have clicked instantly, but there's been a few, and I keep going back and saying, I'm just always going to be honest, like it doesn't matter if it's 10 tracks in a row that I don't like or I haven't really been vibing with, I'm going to say it. I'm not just going to start saying like, oh yeah, I know it's been about 5 tracks since I've actually liked one, I better start liking one again, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm going to be honest with what I'm hearing. It's a lot, and it's to me, it almost like lacks, it sounds, now there probably is, and I know that like really like strong metalheads and people who have been listening to this kind of music and people who play these instruments and can probably argue with me and say, look Drew, well there is actually a huge structure and it's really well structured going on in the background, but to me, just from like a naked ear, it just doesn't sound like there's any structure. Obviously it's kind of driving towards probably a big breakdown or drop at the end, even though well, even then still, because there's so many big breakdowns and drops going on, it just feels like it's not actually going towards anything. It's just constantly happening. So I mean, maybe they're so good at something, they're so good at doing that, it's kind of almost a negative in some parts as well, because you're not really striving towards anything when these tracks are just breakdowns after breakdowns. It's just kind of like, okay, I've heard 5 minutes of this now, what else can they offer me, you know? So trying to be objective. I still love this band. I've had so many good memories, so many good tracks with these guys, and I'm sure I'll continue to find tracks, but I'm still going to be just as objective as possible, and I hope you guys will appreciate that. Alright, well that was quite clearly one of their chuggier tracks, definitely, and that is one style of metal or one particular sound that I've been quite vocal about not really being the biggest fan of, or still maybe not tuning my ear to as much, because I just can't find a rhythm when it comes to that kind of, like the double bass that comes through is, I feel it's obviously, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any away from their talent, and I always go back and say this, and I probably don't even need to, because people, I'd imagine, understand me 99% of the time when I'm saying that I don't appreciate, or not that I don't appreciate, or I'm not feeling something, I'm not vibing along with something, doesn't mean I can't appreciate like how good they are. I mean, I've seen from the studio versions and like the live videos that I've done from Gojira how talented all these guys are. Even like hearing some of Joe DePlantier's screams at the end there, I mean, I've seen him do that in studio, and you can see how talented the guy is, how much like effort he's putting into these screams. So I'm not taking away from anything on that level, but it is important to just remain objective, in my opinion. I just feel like it's something that is kind of missing from this genre of video on YouTube, is just that kind of like, because to me, for me to sit here and go crazy and lose my shit kind of benefits the channel, because Gojira fans come along, they watch this. I mean, the majority of people who watch this video will be Gojira fans, like heavy Gojira fans, because that's what they're doing, they're searching for these kind of videos, and to me it benefits my channel, and probably from a monetary standpoint, from a growth standpoint, pretty much from everything, from a view standpoint, subscriber standpoint, for me to just like put everything aside that I'm actually feeling about the track and just say, you know what, I fucking love this, and like really exaggerate everything about like how I'm listening to it, because, you know, it makes sense for me monetarily and views, like I said. But I feel like that's just kind of how and why a lot of reaction channels and that kind of thing get a bad name, because it's not really adding an element of honesty to it. It's just taking the content that you're listening to immediately agreeing with the fan base that are going to watch it that it's the best thing ever, it's really, really good, and just progressively growing a channel that way. You know, I just don't really like, I'd rather the channel grow slowly but be honest with the listeners as opposed to, you know, doing it that way. But yeah, to bring it back to the video, I mean, to tie all that up, it's just going back to the fact that I've had like more probably down moments with this album than I have with the up moments. And I have seen a lot of people mirror that in the comments where they're saying, Drew, maybe you would like some of their earlier stuff as well. And at the end of the day, like, the whole idea of this is to just find music that I really love and then obviously put out entertaining videos for you guys as well, because when I do genuinely find something, it makes for a more enjoyable experience for you guys as well, because you'll be able to tell from my genuine expressions that, oh shit, he's loving this and I love this the first time I heard it as well. So I mean, the plan is still to go on and try and find this music. There's no benefit to me for just saying that it's like that I don't like it or whatever. It's just, I'm just going to be honest, talent wise incredible. Some of their tracks haven't really vibed with me, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I do want to continue on, and that is obviously what I'm going to do, but I also wanted to get these videos out for you guys, be as objective as possible, appreciate the small things, and then just still get my opinion out there, and you guys can still get a reaction from a track that you might love. But yeah guys, do let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm sure you'll all voice your opinions regardless. Sub to the channel if you have not already, be much appreciated. We're going to move on to an older album now, I think, or maybe not, I'm not sure. You guys let me know. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of the comment sections because I did already previously ask what I should go on to next. I've seen Explosia was one of the tracks that you guys really want me to check out, so I'm sure I'll do that in the coming few days. So do let me know in the comment section down below guys. Drop a like on this video if you haven't already, be much appreciated. I'm signing out guys, take it easy, cheers.